Hi, it's Steven. Welcome to Pal's Power Ups, and I got a tutorial for you guys today. A few of my customers recently, after getting their lightsaber, they wanted to know how to add sound fonts. Some of them wanted to know how to customize the sound fonts. One in particular wanted a lot more quotes on theirs, quotes from Kylo Ren in the movies and things like that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Step one, you got to get your micro SD card out of your lightsaber. So go ahead, take your chassis out. It's spring loaded, so you got to pop it to, push it in to get it to pop out. If it's on the underside of the Crystal Focus X, get you a little pair of tweezers like this, and then you can grab it and pull it out. Okay, it'll be a lot easier to put in too. So once you get it out, put it in your computer, and the first thing we're going to do is copy all of the content that it has onto our computer so that we don't lose any of those files. So here it is, Crystal Focus X. I'm going to copy all of those contents, and then maybe I'm going to make a folder somewhere in my computer called like Saber Stuff, like I do. Maybe you can name it My CFX, and you can paste everything there, okay? Um, Once you've done that, the next step, you're going to go ahead and format that SD card, okay? So you copied everything off of it. Now you're going to erase it and make it a clean slate. So you're just going to right click that. You're going to click format. Uh, Make sure it's FAT32, which is default. It should be default. It should already be selected. Just click start. Okay. If you have a MacBook, you're going to go to your search bar at the top right. You're going to type in disk utility. You're going to go into that program. You're going to find the SD card over on the left side. You're going to click it. And then at the top of that program, you're going to click erase. And then again, you select FAT, and then you click erase, and that will format it. They call it erasing on the MacBook. Close that once you're done. So now, sound fonts, okay? Let's say you want to go shopping and you want to buy some sound fonts. Some of the popular ones are saberfont.com. Another one I really like lately is Hyperphonic. Um, Lots of sound fonts there. It's different the way you get the sound font from every maker, but I'm just going to go ahead and kind of skip over that. You're going to be able to purchase it, and then you're going to be able to download it, okay? So once you've downloaded it, I'm going to go to all my downloaded sound fonts. Wait, where we at? Saber stuff. So my downloaded fonts. Once you get them, they will be in folders like this with a name. So maybe you got the Emperor font from K-Sith. It'll be a folder. It'll say Emperor. When you click inside of it, you'll notice there's different versions of it. Many of the makers now for sound fonts will make them compatible for a lot of the boards out there, the most popular ones. So for CFX, you would click that folder. Once you click, you'll notice all of the sound files are already right there. Okay, so the first thing you can do is customize it. So read the manual. So if you get your manual, okay, it's on the Plector Labs website. I'll go ahead and bring that up too. If you have a Crystal Focus X, go to plectorlabs.com. You'll click this icon here in the middle to enter the website. You'll go over here to downloads, or maybe it's manuals and support. Manuals and support. The very second one here, the Crystal Focus Saber Core version 10 is the Crystal Focus X. So that's the one, the manual you want. You'll go ahead and download it. Once it's downloaded, you're going to open up that manual. Let's go to Saber Stuff, Manuals, Crystal Focus X. It will be a PDF file like this. So I suggest taking some time reading through this manual, but the specifics that you want to look at here for customizing a sound font are the basic structure and layout, okay, which is right here on page 16, sound font structure. These are the different types of sounds that your Saber can play, and it even gives you a description of what or when they're played. So a hum is a polyphonic font, continuous humming sound. A lockup, a blade lockup sound, but it tells you how to name them on the SD card. Okay, so you'll notice that sound font that you downloaded, we'll go back to it here, Saber Stuff, downloaded fonts. Let's go to Emperor. A lot of them are already named that way. Okay, Clash 1, Clash 2, Lockup. You'll notice here in the manual too that it says Clash, number dot wave. Dot wave is the type of file that it is. On Windows, it won't actually say dot wave, but if you hover your cursor over the audio file, it says there item type is a wave file. So it's already a wave file, it just hides that. On a MacBook, it'll say dot wave. So you can go ahead and customize it. Like one of my clients wanted more quotes on his. So if you wanted more quotes, if it came with it, so like some of these come with a lot of quotes, like the KSIF crossguard on the extras folder. When you download it, there's a quotes folder, and then there's like a ton of quotes from each movie, all kinds of quotes. But basically, you copy these, you go back to your sound font, right? So maybe the Emperor one. CFX, and you would paste them here, and then you would right click them and you would change the name of them. So maybe you wanted the quotes to be initiated when you do a blaster, which is the easiest way. It was just tapping of your button if you have a single switch. So you would just name it like Blaster 1 or Blaster 2 or Blaster 3, and then you can just go through, reference back to that manual, and then listen to these sounds and get an idea of how to set up your sound font. Once you've finished it and you got it how you want it, then you basically just put it on your SD card, okay, and then you name it whatever you want, and you put it uh, all in order here. So like my CFX. So you're gonna put it there. It's gonna have a name that's Son of Darkness, and this is number 1 sound font. And all these other files are just configuration files. You don't really have to mess with any of that stuff, okay? So another step with the sound fonts, okay? Every sound font, yes, is going to have all of these different types of sound files, but even the sound font itself has a couple of files for configurations, and they need to be there for the Saber to function properly. One, you'll have a font config file, and then 2, you'll have an LEDs file. So unless you have like a crystal chamber or some onboard LEDs, you don't have to mess with this one. You can just leave it alone, but it does need to be there, or you will get an error sound whenever you boot the Saber. And then the font config file has a few important things inside of it that you can look at. Here you have a few settings that you can change. I would recommend referring to the manual and reading through what all of these things mean and what they do. Some quick ones to discuss here: blade timings. Quick on and quick off is how quickly your blade retracts up and down, comes in and out. If that is a 0, it will perfectly match the power on or the power off sound. Typically, though, the power on sounds, the lightsaber igniting has a little extra on it, so it doesn't always match. If you keep that as 0, it's usually you want it quicker. So that one's important to put a blade timing there. Also, these usually these all come inside of the fonts when you buy them. So, and it's usually set up already. Sometimes though, the blade timings is not there. Okay. So sometimes you have to add it in there. Once you get that how you like it, it's pretty much ready to go after that, right? Maybe you want to put some theme music in there, okay? If you want to put theme music in there in the background, you're going to have a folder in there called tracks, lowercase with an S on it, tracks. Inside of there go your actual background tracks, okay? You can name them 1 through 6. Again, that's all covered in the manual. It goes over it briefly right here on page 16 like we talked about, but if you scroll down further into the manual, there's a section where it goes into way more detail. I'll find that for you real quick just so you know. Um, right here. So on page 51 is where it starts the specifics on font configuration. It has a few things here all laid out for you. Here's those settings we saw earlier in the font config, okay? So read through this. It's going to take some time to customize things to get it just how you like it. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I will gladly be able to, or I'll gladly assist you as best I can. Thanks for watching.